Hey guys, what's up? Cardfight here, and today I'm here with a Sing Saver Dragon deck profile, or some people might call it Thing Saver, which I think sounds. Anyway. So yeah, this is the most updated build for the Seeker deck, so let's get started. So for the starting Vanguard, we run the Advanced Seeker because there aren't too many options to run for a Seeker build. So yeah, this card skill is it's a Pioneer, so it goes back after you ride your Grade 1, and then when you perform Legion, you can move this card into Soul to search your deck for a Blaster Blade Seeker, and then you can call it to the rearguard circle, and then yeah. So you pretty much turn this card into attacker once you perform Legion. Next, run 4 Seeker Sing Saber Dragons, 3 Legion rares, and 1 SP because I like to go big or go home. Yeah. So Sing Saber Dragon special, or his ability is Legion. So not gonna explain Legion because Legion is Legion. And then his Legion effect, it's you may counterblast 2 and Soul Blast 3, and then discard 2 cards from your hand. And then when this card attacks the Vanguard, you may pay the cost. If you do, while this card's in Legion, you can search your deck for 1 Sing Saber Dragon, and then ride it in stand position, and then shuffle your deck. And after that, you can seek a Blaster Blade Seeker from your soul and perform Legion. So when you perform Legion with the Blaster Blade from Soul, you do not pay the Legion cost. So you don't shuffle 4 cards from back to your deck because Legion was not performed. It was not the proper Legion. So yeah. Next, I run 3 Seeker Wingles because he is the next best option besides Sing Saber Dragon. So yeah, his skill is when this card perform Legion, you may Superior Call a Grade 2 or above Seeker unit from your deck, and after that, you may call it to your rearguard circle and shuffle your deck. So he's mainly used for field setup, and he's sort of the backup card you want to ride because he does share the same Legion mate as Sing Saber Dragon. So yeah, people might argue that you want to ride this first, but that's not always the case because since you do share the same Legion mate, and if you damage check a Blaster Blade, and then somehow you have 1 or 2 in your damage zone or something, and then you ride, so then you only have one Blaster Blade left in your deck, and you perform Legion. And since this deck doesn't really have any good way to get rid of Soul, you might not be able to perform Legion afterwards because yeah. But Vanguard is Vanguard, so yeah. So for the other Grade 3 I run, it's the Honest Seeker. Mainly run him because he actually helps put a lot of pressure on your opponent. And yeah, his skill is kind of last 2 Seeker cards, and then when this card's in Legion, if you have 4 or more Seeker units, this card gets plus 5,000 power and extra critical, which is great for pressure because, you know, pressuring your opponent with extra critical is always nice. It's just in case if you somehow can't perform Legion with Sing Saber Dragon. It has happened before when I was running 4 Sequel for Sing Saber Dragons, and yeah, after that the deck just kind of became vanilla since I rode a Blaster Blade, and then I had like 3 in the damage zone, and then I was like, well, a good game, sir. So yeah. Next, run 4 Blaster Blade Seekers, 2 of the Legion, and then 1 of the SP because I kind of want to run this because this just looks weird as hell. So I'm just gonna run it like this. Yay! Right, enough of that. So Blast Blade Seeker skill is kind of lost 1, retire a grade 2 or above rear guard. So place on inventory, it's a pretty good card. It's a very cheap cost, so it's good. Next, run 3 of the, I think his name is Glias or something. When your Vanguard perform Legion, you may pay the cost, which is kind of lost 1, and then you can search for a secret unit and then a superior call it. So this card helps you get some +1s, which is pretty good. It's very good for field setup. It's a very good card, in my opinion. It's basically when you perform Legion with Winkle, you get 2 free units on the field. So, yeah. Next, I run 4 with the 12k attacker because he's a 12k attacker and he's a Legion mate for this. Another reason why I run this is because since you're gonna run the 12k attacker anyway, might as well run at least one of these. So yeah. Another thing is, a lot of times after you use Sing Server's effect once, you will have no more soul to use. There are some exceptions, I guess, if you Legion before and then you do this. But other than that, you don't really use his effect too often. You don't really use his effect more than once. His effect is usually for a game finisher, so if for mid game or early game, you're usually in Wingle or this guy. Because basically, if you use his effect too early, you're not gonna have enough pressure late game. Since, for example, if your opponent's at 3 damage or something, and you don't get a critical, then yeah. Usually, I use his effect when your opponent's at 4 damage, and then they're probably gonna guard twice, which is gonna eat up a lot of hand cards. So yeah. Next, for the great ones, I run 2 of the something Gall. When this card boosts a Blaster Blade and hit, you can discard a card to draw a card, and then after that you can unflip a damage. So basically, since when you Legion, 7 out of your 8 units are with Blaster Blades, so if you hit, you will get to unflip a damage and swap. Yeah, it's a pretty good card. And he hits magic. He forms magic numbers anyway, so it's not too big a problem. Of course, if you put this in a rear guard circle, it's not very good. But I mean, if you put it in your right or left column, it's not very good. But in the middle column, it's pretty good. It puts pressure, and yeah. Next, I run 3 of the. It gains 4k when you have a Legion unit. So if you're in Legion and you've called this unit, for that turn it gets plus 4k, so you'll be at 11k booster. It's pretty good. You kind of want to save these for late game and when you push, so you can drop a crap load of cards out of your opponent's hand. Mainly if you have a column like this, you're gonna swing for 23, so that's pretty good. Even against cross rides, which are not too relevant now, I guess. The most relevant deck, I guess, is Kaiser, but anyway. Next, I run 2 10k attackers for grade 1. Mainly, you just want to use this to rush your opponent early game. They have their uses, so yeah. Next, I run 3 Lake Maiden Lane. This card is very good because you want to ditch your extra Sing Saber Dragons from your hand or any other thing that you don't need. She's very good early games to pile up your drop zone, so yeah, I run her. These kind of cards now are very useful, so yeah. I run 3. I know a lot of Japanese people like to run 4, but I think that's kind of overkill, so yeah. Next, I run through 1 quintet wall and 3 perfect guards. Quintet walls are mainly used early game to pile up your drop zone. Late game, you don't really want to use these, especially if you haven't used Sling Saber's effect yet, because you don't want to mill your last Sling Sabers in your drop zone. So, yeah, I'll run 1 for that reason, and that this deck does run quite a lot of counterblast, so you kind of want to save it for other stuff. And, you know, perfect guards are kind of, yeah. Next for triggers, I run what? It's supposed to run an 8 crit, but I don't know where it went. So it's 8 crit. Where did my trigger go? Oh no. Well, anyway, it's 8 crit. 4 draw, 4 heal. Mainly, you're going to use the Margle for your. I think it's here actually. Oh, there it is. There's extra crit. So yeah, 8 crit, 4 draw, 4 heal. Sorry, the card's stuck together because mainly you're going to use Margles because you can put them in your soul, so you can charge it for Sling Saber Dragon's effect. But besides that, the rest of the deck I run the Seeker triggers because why not, right? So yeah. Thoughts about the deck? It's a pretty strong deck, but I don't know. In my opinion, it doesn't have as much oomph as a Riser deck would. Of course, this deck is still good because it nets you a lot of advantage. And, you know, it's pretty good. You get your +1s with this guy, or this guy, and then you can kill off some dudes with this guy, and then you go stand with this guy, and then you can just do a bunch of shenanigans, which, yeah, this deck is pretty strong. It's definitely worth being a, competitive deck. It's obviously pretty competitive for now because, Legion is gonna Legion. And yeah. That's pretty much it for this deck profile. Next, I want to make a Riser deck because Riser decks are pretty strong. So yeah, stay tuned, guys. This is Cardfight, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!